We are here at the Flash Boxing Gym here in Van Nuys, California with Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, we're doing it big at the Flash Boxing Gym.
I got to ask you about the Pascal Kovalev fight. What was your game plan going into that fight, and what do you think went wrong?
Well, the game plan was to go in and use his unorthodox style to frustrate Kovalev. However, we went in and gave Kovalev too many free shots early. Kovalev is a lot more powerful than anybody he probably has faced as a professional, and he didn't realize the power that Kovalev packs. We also went in to deal with Kovalev's right hand and found out that Kovalev's jab was the bigger weapon than the right hand was. So,
A lot of people were feeling that Pascal actually had a better chance of beating Kovalev than Stevenson does. Do you see anybody in the light heavyweight division giving him any trouble?
yeah, there are a few guys. I don't call no names because I'm not a hater, but there are a few guys that will give him a little bit of a problem. But Pascal got his eardrum busted in the first or second round and caused his balance to be all pretty bad. And when they stopped the fight, it did look like his balance was horrible, but it wasn't his balance. I mean, it wasn't just the balance because his eardrum had been busted. So I think with the heart that he showed and the way that he displayed the hunger to be a champion and to go in and fight against Kovalev, who really not many people have been able to even last 12 rounds with, I thought they should give him a rematch automatically.
Now, Jesse Vargas, he's another fighter that you've been working with. I just wanted to ask you, how are you liking the transition from going from being a fighter into being a trainer?
Haven't really made the total transition yet. I enjoy sharing myself with anybody, my skills, that is, but I haven't really transcended to a trainer because I'm still kicking just as much butt as they are, so,
Are there any more fighters that you're working with at the moment?
I got a Russian heavyweight by the name of Rashid Akshagidov. I got a couple little guys, Kenneth Bullerhands, McNeil, Freddie, forget his last name, White something. And I got a couple guys that I'm working with at the gym at home, but the main big names is Pascal and Vargas right now. And I got a kid by the name of Devin Haney out in Vegas that I work with as well. Mitchko, I work with a lot. There's a few guys, but not many.
Now, just moving on to Mayweather Pacquiao, the first thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you feel that you're going to be able to be a huge part of this event and being a commentator? Because I'm sure you're still a big fan of the sport, and does that get to you any that you're taking part in the biggest fight in history?
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that they chose me to be a part of it. You being a part of a major event, Floyd is doing his thing, and you get a chance the opportunity to be part of it by just even working it, and that's good enough for me. I mean, just that God blessed me to be a part of it is good enough.
What do you feel each man has to do in order to ensure that they're victorious that night?
I think Floyd just got to be Floyd in boxing and be the winner that he's been being over the last 20 years, however long it's been. If he just does that, that should be enough for him. I think he just got to be smart and take his chances at the right times, pick his openings like he usually do, and he should be able to calculatively deal with Manny Pacquiao, anything Manny brings. For Manny to win, he has to use his irrational way of boxing, the way he throws all the wild punches, that's so many punches at a time, the barrages that he throws. He has to use that to try to figure out a way to get to Floyd or get through Floyd's defense. Because Floyd has impeccable defense, but Manny has to figure out a way to get through that defense. If he can find a way to get through the defense, he has to see also, though, once he gets through it, can he have an effect on Floyd? Can he hurt Floyd? Because if he gets through it and can't hurt Floyd, he's still in trouble.
Now, it's been kind of rumored that Floyd, he's sparring with much bigger guys. He's working on increasing his punching power. Is that a good thing to try to change up your style a bit for a big fight like this? Or is he too late in the game to be doing something like that?
A fighter like Floyd Mayweather does not have to change up his style. He's not doing it to change his style. He's just depending on a different set of tools. When you got a full toolbox like we got, you go in and get the tools out that you need for the job. You understand me? If you see a guy gonna go redo a transmission, he don't bring things to deal with the brake pads. He brings tools to deal with the transmission. So what Floyd is doing is pulling out the tools that he think would be necessary to deal with Pacquiao.
Now, Pacquiao is a southpaw, and we saw that Floyd, he kind of had, in the beginning, he struggled a bit with Judah. Corley do you see that fight plan? Do you see this fight the same thing happening in this fight?
No, I don't think he'll struggle early. I just think he had to go out and get his jab established. But because he wants his fight so bad, it's a little bit different. See, it's like with Corley and Judah, he wasn't really the upside guy. He only had something to lose, nothing to win. So it was one thing. In this fight, he got something to win, so it's different.
Now it's pretty clear that like majority of the public is on Manny's side and all, and I'm pretty sure the crowd there's going to be a pro Pacquiao crowd. Do you think Floyd should be worried at all with the judges like being influenced by any of that?
No, I don't think Floyd should be worried at all. I think Floyd just got to do what Floyd does. As a matter of fact, I think Manny is the one that would have to be worried about that. They robbed him against Tim Bradley, clear out unadulterated robbery. So he's the one that needs to be worried about a bad decision, not Floyd Mayweather.
But they kind of tried to do the same thing C.J. Ross did in the Canelo fight. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't know about all that, but
She ruled it a judge. She ruled that fight a draw.
What fight?
The Canelo Floyd fight.
Well, I mean, that was her, but I don't think it's gonna work that way for Pacquiao. But to be honest with you, with the way I see it going for Pacquiao, I feel like if the fight goes 12 rounds, Pacquiao has a chance of being ahead in 12 rounds, unless Floyd can hurt him early. Because if Floyd can hurt him, which Floyd can do, then it won't be a problem. But to me, Floyd would be the boxer, Pacquiao would be the puncher. However, Floyd could be anything he wants to be because he has the most tools. So, I mean, in the fight like this, you think Floyd got a better chance of knocking Pacquiao out and winning the fight, and you think Manny got a better chance of making a long fight, trying to knock Floyd out, but we don't know for a fact that he can get to Floyd.
What do you think a win does for each man's career?
A win? I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say right now. You know, it's hard to say how people look at it. People look at things today, and then tomorrow, if it happens, they look at it differently. So you can't really say.
Because so much has been made of like Floyd's undefeated record and such, and like, do you feel like if Pacquiao does beat him, that like he will just be remembered as the guy that lost to Pacquiao?
No, if Pacquiao beats him, he won't be the guy that lost to Pacquiao for sure. It'll be much bigger than that. But if he beats Pacquiao, people gonna say, well, he did that. He should have did it 5 years ago. And what they gonna really try to say? Don't matter. He's smart about it. He made the money. He's making the most money for us, so he's smart about it. But you know how critics are. They're gonna hate. So they're gonna say, well, he should have did this 5 years ago. We wouldn't have had these problems. But if Pacquiao wins, Pacquiao has everything to gain, nothing to lose. Because Pacquiao beats him. Now Pacquiao, we told you Pacquiao could be. That's what they're gonna say. So you know, it's like Pacquiao has everything to win, and nothing really to lose.
Now you brought up the money thing. Both of these guys, they're about to make just like a crazy amount of money. And I've heard guys like Paulie Malignaggi and Angel Garcia saying that like win or lose for both of them, they should both just walk away because it's not gonna get bigger than this. What do you think about that?
That's on them. You can't tell a guy when to walk away from boxing. A guy walks away when he feels like he had enough. The money-wise be good, but probably if I'm sure, I know Pacquiao for sure, and I'm thinking Floyd the same way, money ain't the only thing they're boxing for. I think Floyd wants to get a 50-0 record. I think Pacquiao just boxing because he loved doing it. He realized God gave him a gift and he loves to utilize it. So I don't see either guy walking away even with that kind of money because they didn't do this to hit the jackpot money-wise. They did it for different reasons. Floyd wanted to be 50-0. Manny just want to do it till he can't do it no more.
And lastly, just before we wrap up, I've been hearing that you're trying to take on Marco Huck and as well as Anderson and Spider Silva. If you had your way, you could only have one. Which one would you want?
Both of them the same night.
What do you think does more for your legacy?
Neither.
Neither fight does more for your legacy, you don't think?
Neither one does no more than the other. You beat Marco, you become a cruiserweight champ, which covers the board, but who cares about really a cruiserweight title? Cruiserweight just but the newest division in boxing. So who really gets all in an uproar about that? That's not going to do nothing for my legacy. You beat Anderson Silva, you beat the MMA guy. What does that prove as far as boxing goes? My legacy? Come on, bro. Them things don't do nothing to my legacy. I was former heavyweight champ of the world. That's legendary. The first male to turn pro as a junior middleweight and become heavyweight champ of the world. That's legendary. Neither one of them dudes can never touch that. I don't care how bad I beat them. If I was not both of them out the same night in one round, it still won't touch my legacy.
All right. Thank you very much, Roy. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for the opportunity.